Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and today we have a lot of news today that's coming down. I already have probably two other videos that I need to be working on because there's a lot of good news. I may still post 3, but I'll probably post 4 depending. Usually what I try to do if there's a lot of news in one day, I try to be able to get I try to get all this other stuff that's going on within 4 videos or 5 depending, because it's people need to know, and if there's a lot of news out there, then I would report it. There's some news I don't find as important as some others. Like, we do need to fight a lot of the culture war, but there's also people talking about that stuff as well. So probably a lot of videos today. We'll see how that comes out, but so far already 2 videos in the making. So we'll see how that goes. Anywho, right now, we have more of a trans activist committing huge crimes, even up to the federal level, and we need to. And I'm going to do some report on it. And there's a lot of information that needs to come out. There's multiple articles about it, and there's a lot of other stuff that I have to go through. Now, some of the articles may be kind of like regurgitated on some of the other things, so I'll mostly just be reading the headlines of articles because I'll be talking about the other things. So. About kind of same thing in another article. So there you have it. But a lot of people, but this is a pretty huge deal. This happened about, I want to say, either today to 2 days ago. Some are from 2 days ago, some are from not. So there you have it. Let's get right into it. So the very first thing we have here is this one. Libs of TikTok and Matt Walsh alert DEA about transgender individual who openly discuss an effort to give away prescription hormones. Now, this is specifically for this person probably going to, this person was going to ship it to other people across state and stuff. We don't know if this actually happened or not in terms of actually shipping the stuff, but we do know this person was doing it, and we're going to go through all the stuff here and show you exactly what's going on. So, Libs of TikTok shared a screenshot of a post in which Eli Erlick spoke about engaging in an effort to distribute prescription hormone medications to people. Erlick, who identifies as extremely queer and incredibly trans, discussed the scheme in an Instagram post, a screenshot of which was shared on social media by Libs of TikTok. There are over 20 states trying to criminalize hormone therapy, particularly for trans youth. So my friends and I had an idea of sending out our extra prescriptions around the country. If you need hormones, I'm working with a distribution network to get you access. Everything is free, no questions asked. We have hundreds of doses of testosterone, estradiol, and spironolactone, which these are very. I don't like the medical field sometimes because they just put out long big words for no reason. Just put some simple words for us not so intelligent people to do it. Available right now. All are prescribed by doctors and unused. Each package comes with information on dosage, obtaining blood work, etc. Erlick wrote. I realize this is only a band-aid solution. We need full access to affirmative health medical care from professionals immediately. However, missing a single dose of hormones can be devastating, especially for trans teens and those new to hormones. These new laws are outrageous, and I can't wait for them to be overturned. In the meantime, DM me if you need HRT, if you overprescribe hormones you'd like to send out. Erlick posted. Now, we have Libs of TikTok specifically going out and talking about this issue right now. Now, what I can do is go over to the next Twitter, but I'm going to finish all this right here for this article, and then I'm going to go directly into Twitter and kind of show you exactly what Libs of TikTok and Matt Walsh is talking about, because you'll get a bigger idea for this. Conservative commentator Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire noted that Erlick's Instagram post has been deleted. Wow, Erlick's sending drugs to children across the country without prescriptions, parental consent, or any legal authority whatsoever. This is a crime on several different levels, Matt Walsh remarked when retweeting the Libs of TikTok. Watching the Libs of TikTok and an Instagram story that featured a screenshot of Walsh's tweet. Thanks for the free advertising, Eric declared. And then we have all this other information that's going on. So people are also sending his New York contacts and all this. So I'll go through this right here. So we have Eli is laughing because she knows nothing will happen to her because these actions are approved by the regime, which is not honestly false. So we'll go to here, and obviously some of you guys probably won't be able to see it. As much as I love this, we need more covert ways of reaching those in need. Openly announcing such things lead to states making it illegal and punishable by law. Just look out what Texas did with abortion meds. As soon as organizations announce similar offerings. I completely agree. This is just a band-aid solution to something that will have to be solved on a cultural level. I hope someday we can manufacture estrogen ourselves and won't have to depend on pharmacies at all. As for visibility, well, it's a double-edged sword. Without it, too few would know of these resources. With it, I'm taking a risk, granted a very minimal one, being in NYC. Residents are very unlikely to face any legal blowback because who's to say I'm not just shipping myself a prescription. So, you have these people obviously agreeing with this type of stuff, which is why I have a huge problem with the LGBTQ community right now. There are a lot of sick people in this community, and I'm not saying all of them, because I know there's just some people that are not fucking sick or disgusting or disturbed. But there are a lot of people, it's almost like I want to say a majority, and I really don't want to say that, honestly. I truly don't. I don't want to say this the majority, but right now, after what I'm seeing, I am seeing so much disgusting, depraved stuff coming from this community that it's really hard to say that it's not the majority. But I also want to say that I also really hoping that the majority of people are not like this, that are not in the LGBTQ community, and that are not like this. But there are people that are like this, and this person obviously saying this is okay is what's disgusting here. And then we have more people. Again, while Eli Erlick is sending drugs to children across the country without prescriptions. We all knew this. And then he says thanks for the free advertising. So this is this person right here. So we have that's going on, and then and they're both submitted to the DEA, submitting a tip to the DEA right now to report Eli Erlick's confessed conspiracy to ship prescription hormone pills to minors nationwide and internationally. And this is what he is doing right here. And New York Times. So there we have it. We have some crazy stuff going on here, and then there's also a call for a Supreme Court assassination, which was deleted, by the way. And then there's more stuff that they want to do. Now, you guys, normally I don't condone trying to go after somebody's work, but in this instance, this guy's dangerous. He's very, very dangerous. He is actively going out and prescribing pills to children, which is not okay. And then on top of that, he is also doing other crazy things. Now, this is not just the only thing this man is accused of, by the way. He is accused of many other things. So right now, we'll go exactly to Matt Walsh, see what's going on here. So I'll kind of go through a more bigger stuff because I have tweets from all the other things that's going on. So we have Eli is now wearing the confessed drug smuggler label with pride. This will be another important exhibit at trial. Matt Walsh won't stop tweeting about me. I think he's still upset I exposed his failed documentary before it was released and got his fake recruitment organization taken down. And then here is Eli once again publicly admitting to federal crimes. As a member of a protected and privileged class, Eli believes this is all a joke. But I will make it my personal mission to ensure that this confessed drug smuggler faces the appropriate legal consequences. This may be the first time someone has tried to dunk on me publicly confessing to a federal crime. So this person is obviously so this is obviously what this person is doing, and we're seeing all this stuff happening here. Now, that's not too much different from the actual article that we're seeing. So we're seeing a lot of this stuff here. Now, this is not really pertaining to this. Now, we'll go to Libs of TikTok. And Libs of TikTok has some more other interesting stuff that's also coming up that we probably should, advise here. So, yes, we also have this. This is really fucked up. But, again, we have Eli that's also encouraging to distribute drugs to others, but practicing number six for a few years now, and they have to say it can be life-saving. Yes, so glad to hear that. And this is what this person is saying right here. So, we have another person like this. I've uncovered more evidence of Erlick's drug trafficking scheme. It appears it's been ongoing since at least September 2021. So, what we'll do is that we'll go into here exactly. So, It goes on to say, it's September, which means I've now been on hormones for over 11 years. Here are 11 mantras I've learned about gender transitioning during the past decade. Liking your own body is more important than others' discomfort. There are far more benefits to medically transitioning than consequences. Laugh at the fear-mongering. There's no single right way to transition. Trans youth know who they are. They deserve autonomy over their own bodies. Redistribute your extra hormones to people who can't afford them. You're just as trans if you don't medically transition. Second puberty is way more fun. Okay, so this is a big thing right here. That is the thing. But now, number 5, I agree if you are the age of 18 plus. I do not agree if you are the age of anything below that, because you are not considered an adult, and perfectly honestly, it's not okay because they're not fully developed. They're still children, right? So, don't really agree with 5. I really don't agree with 6. I don't really agree with most of this, to be honest with you. So, we have the full thread here and all this stuff, and Blair White gets into it as well, which she goes on to say, right here with Blair White, trans youth deserve life-saving affirmative care. You can quote me on that. And you're gonna make one superb prison bitch. Quote me on that. And this is just due to, Blair White specifically saying that. Now, I didn't really show that exactly, so I'm going to go back over here. So, this is kind of blocked. I don't know why. But, we'll go over here to show you guys. Blair White did come out and say this, so we have a little bit more confirmation. Sorry, guys. Twitter's odd for what to do it. They have it all in the show, but the way I have it cut, you guys couldn't see it all the way. So, that's what's happening. Now, we have one more crazy thing that's going on, right? Now, we have this, which, besides all the other crazy stuff that's going on, we have trans activists accused of sexual abuse boasts of plans to illegally distribute hormones to children. Now, this was not really talked about into the other media, but this is also something extra that's coming out about this person that is being kind of slightly that's being overshadowed compared to the other big crimes that's going on. But this is also a huge issue as well. Trans activists who boasted of an illegal drug scheme to distribute prescription hormone medications to children is also accused of rape by multiple victims. Well, that's not good. Popular social media account lists TikTok and covered an Instagram post from May by Eli, a trans-identified biological male, have publicly detailed the scheme to send prescription hormones to trans youth through the Description Network. So, we're not going to go too much over that, but we want to talk about kind of like the actual abuse of what's going on to people, because that's the main point of this article that we want to go through, obviously. So, a detailed report by Shay Wallen of Redux magazine uncovered numerous accusations of violent sexual abuse by Erlick. One of Erlick's alleged victims describes how she entered into an emotional and sexually abusive relationship with trans activist, trans student educational resources co-founder and executive director of Eli Erlick. When she began volunteering for the organization, 2 posts made in September and November of 2016 by a young black woman described how Erlick left her bloody after doing the motion against her will. Danny Yumming wrote into the thing of how Erlick sexually abused her and attempted to silence her throughout a smear campaign. Young reportedly committed suicide at the beginning of 2019 after an outpouring of online abuse by Erlick's followers. Yeah, because we all know that the trans activist community is not the greatest community on the planet. Another woman said that Erlick had a reputation in the San Francisco Bay Area's queer community for being rapist and violently sexually abusing women. Still more accusations have been documented of subtract posts by victims of Erlick. So, we have a lot of this stuff that it seems that the trans community doesn't seem like the greatest community on the planet. Now, I am sorry for the normal trans people, or what I would say, the normal people that are not conducting this and just trying to live their lives. I'm sorry that these people are making you guys look bad. I apologize. However, when it comes down to what I'm seeing here, it's really hard for me to say that the majority of these people, the children of the LGBT community, is actively doing this stuff. And we even see here that online abuse by Erlick's followers, which was a huge big deal. So we're gonna try to go into this and see if this actually leads to anywhere. Sometimes it doesn't do it. So we have more stuff about what's going on here. This video is going to be long, but I actually want to show you guys exactly what's going on here, because this is a pretty big deal. We need to expose these people. We need to be able to change the culture, and the only way we're going to be able to do this is by exposing the real dark stuff of what these people do. He's an American trans-identifying male, a 25-year-old student who describes himself as openly queer. He is heterosexual and is she/her due to for job publications. Don't care about this. Doesn't matter. He's also an abuser and a sexual predator, according to accusations made by several women. Hi, Eli Erlick raped me, okay, well, we need to be a bit more precise with the words here. And, Hunter, and fuck this article, I'm gonna go listen to Ariana Grande. So, they also say they removed the name of the author because they were receiving death threats, but didn't mention that the author is Eli Erlick, a confessed serial rapist. And more people are coming out with accusing this man. Eli is an abuser and a rapist, mostly of the QT POC. Also, they removed the byline but the author is Eli Erlick, and she's pretty well known as a rapist and abuser, and I imagine that's why the publisher was getting so many threats about her. 15 ways to publish a serial rapist and abuser are Eli Erlick's writing on your site for over 2 years and still make money. And this person is also going on to say, the author of this trans woman who had been removed from U-Haul nightclub because I called him out for harassing me, is known in the Bay Area's queer community that he's admitted to being a rapist, fisted multiple women until the vaginas bled, and forced them to have PIV sex. Alright? We have more! There's just so much more information. We need to platform Eli Erlick for all this sexual abuse and rape from trans youth, specifically black and brown trans youth in the Sacramento area. When will y'all speak about Eli Erlick and your organization's response to the survivors who come forward with their stories of abuse at her hands? I can't believe people are still letting Eli Erlick, an admitted rapist who have a voice in the activist community anywhere, we should have collectively fired here years ago, but I still run into tweets and see her getting invited to speak. And we have more going on here. I've seen some posts and it's spurring up memories I feel inclined to share once again. Of this person of sexual assault. I didn't report because I was a part of a case involving a title of action, and my assaulter was found not guilty. I didn't report because it's hard for me to even call her an assaulter, besides knowing what happened to me wasn't an isolated incident by any means. So we have more people talking about this. A lot of people are saying that all these issues are coming up. Look at this. A lot of this is coming up. Now, granted, I will not normally want to say to believe people that are going out and saying stuff like this because of things that are happening, right? Because normally a lot of women will come out and blame men for some of these things. It would be false accusations, and I want to make it clear that there needs to be an actual trial held to actually think that this person actually did or did not do this. Because a lot of people will say this person did this or whatever to a man, because women can actively go say that and pretty much go unpunished. Most women can even assault children and get like a year or something that in jail, because women are usually not very rarely punished by their behaviors, or they end up receiving much less time. I think Ghislaine Maxwell is a perfectly good example of this, to where she was involved in a huge children's scandal and actually proven to be guilty and only got 20 years. She should have been put away for life, which a man would have been put away for life. So I'm telling you that women have a special privilege into not being punished as hard as men. This is kind of quite frequent. However, before we divert too much over this, is that we do know that these are a lot of accusations. A lot of accusations. Quite a bit. And kind of concerning, honestly. So, we'll see what comes of BMA. I am somewhat biased to believe that these people are what they're saying about this person is true, because normally what I've been saying from the LGBTQ community or what they've been doing recently, it kind of makes me hard to not believe it. But I will try my best to make sure that this could potentially be a lie from multiple people just to get this person removed. But it is from the own community, so yeah, but again, I digress. We'll see what comes of it, but this is what this person is accused of. Alright, guys. You have all the information I could possibly give you. Hopefully you do with it what you will, make your own opinions, and see what it happens. But I promise you, besides the sexual accusations, the other stuff is pretty black and white, and pretty easy to see that this person is still quite evil, regardless of those. Adding this to the other thing, this person is more than just evil. Alright, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.